All right, today is Tuesday, July 14th. We are back in the market again, and the market's crazy. The market's so up and down. Right now it's 3:59. The market is about to close in about a minute. SPY's up. Dow Jones up 580 points. S&P 42. Nasdaq 99. Small caps 10. The VIX is down to 29.35, 8%. So it's been all over the place. Gold 1812, silver 1966, crude oil 40.26. So let's take a look at the SPY right now. And here we are. So we've had this move down, came back like an N pattern, and then back up. And we're trying to fill this gap on the SPY, and a nasty candle yesterday. So look at this from here. From this candle, we had a nice little run. Then red, green, red, green, red, green. That's probably going to be a red day, the way we're going, or are we going to finally break out? So it's tough to swing in this market. It's tough to get any gauge what's going on in this market. So draw a line here. We're getting tighter and tighter. This has to have a move. It's either going to have a big breakdown or probably a big breakout. So, and right now it's too tough to call. I mean, leaning towards a breakout because this is holding. All this is holding. The lows keep getting higher, higher. See that? So it's looking very bullish. Nasdaq. This had that big move down yesterday. And then look at this. It touched the 2013 and bounced right off. That could have just been one day. See these back here? Well, as we get closer up, look at this. 1, 2. It's putting like 1 or 2 candles. That's it, and then continues to rise. So that looks bullish. The Dow trying to fill this gap to 27,000. Look at that open gap here. Open gap. And this is a big break into that. So this is looking very bullish. That's looking even more positive. Dow Transports I'm trying to get here. There it is. Dow Jones Transports. This is usually a good indicator too. This is trying to fill this here, 95.80. So this is looking more bullish as well. So right now, every day going day by day. And now we're back to another huge bullish day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So we're getting closer to a move here. So something will happen. All right, let's go to the gainers today. INMB had a positive Alzheimer's result, the bio company. And this all started pre-market. Right back here, you get your 3-minute. After 7, usually I'll trade if I do make a trade. So it's a little bit tougher. The volume is definitely lower. So over 16, look at this. 22. And then he's starting to fade. So you get out. Down, down, down. 14. All the way up to 23. Then back down. Then sort of chopped around. Then broke out again. So this was a good trade. Another low float trade ideas is 4.7 million. Very bullish today. So that's a trade on that. So it all starts pre-market. And this actually started way back 4 a.m. I don't trade anything before 7. So you're just watching it here. And then watch what it does. And down, down. Then you form your line. See, on this, it dropped and dropped. And make a move right here. And draw your line. And it broke up. So that was on that. Today's volume, again, 44 million. You want volume, liquidity. So, and this was shown yesterday. Look at this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. All right, RIGL. The news on this was potential COVID-19 for pneumonia. Again, what is the key word? COVID-19. Every year was something different. Remember, it's pot stocks, shipping, crypto, Bitcoin. And this is year of COVID-19. All these companies are going to mention COVID-19. Anything. They're going to put it in any press release, even if it's true or not. So that's what you're looking for. It doesn't matter. All right, right here we had over 286. That's your first line. This was nice right here. It came back. These high wicks or a future reference of what's going to happen. So when you see this, like, oh, this pushed up, it didn't go right there, but then it came back and look, 250. You have the 13 May coming up. And again, a little pullback, your 13 May, there's nothing here. This isn't like going down. This was a fake drop too. See, if a candle drops through to 13 and 20 so fast, it's a fake out because it has to have a cross down. Like look somewhere here. See a cross? So that's definitely a change of direction. This didn't. This is faking out and getting out longs, and they're trying to fake you out to get your money, basically. It can't drop that fast, and that's why it came back. So this is over 3 to 475, and you got out here. That was a very strong long. 350, then it bounced 425, and chopped around. But this was 256 million in volume, and this was a higher float. So it didn't even matter. Sometimes the float, if they want to move it, they're going to move it, and they did very well in that. PRCP, 88 million, but this was a tougher trade. See this candle? 2 big candles in the 5 minute, then it sort of like chopped around. Very like large candles breaking through, like 50-cent dollar, going up and down. So when you get back and forth, it's very hard to read, unless you're good at reading it. So that was a little bit tougher trade. That was at 8.5 million float. INMB. This is a classic short. This is a slide, I call it. You have a massive move up. Like if you go to any beach and they have amusement parks, anything like that, amusement parks, and then you see a slide down. See, this is the move up here is so fast, almost like 3 to 9. And then start to come down. You're watching, draw your line, and just slides down. Look at that, right down. And this candle is crazy. If you're playing this, that's why pre-market definitely have to be careful. Look at this. This took out 8 all the way to 4. That's a $4 move. So if you were up here, you bought it and you held it up here. It was so fast though. You get a 1 minute. Look at the 1 minute here. Look at that. So they're playing games with that. You have to. It's so hard pre-market. I don't like to trade that much pre-market because you're getting these weird moves. If I like to do it, I want to get in here. That's why. That's the main move there. There. This was nice pre-market. Put your move here right at 110. And to start to grind up, let's grindy. And it held pretty much the 170. So that was a really good long. And this was a former runner down here. Had all kinds of moves back in January 2020. So, and there has a float about 23 million. CBLI, Cleveland Bio. What is this? Biolabs. This is a late move. 225 all the way to 325. Great buying there, 50 million. This is some weird charts too here, like a lot of spikes then up and down. Very tough to gauge on that. EIGI. This was a candle over 450 to 499 and came back to 475. Then we bounced back up to 6 and came back. So this was a good long here. They consolidated just to about 468 and bounced. And on this, I had what's the float on this? EIGI. 68 million. Trade ideas is off. I usually get trade ideas, FinBiz, with Yahoo, combine them. They're all, they throw off their floats a lot. Here's Icon. This is a classic double top right here. You have 1, 2, and then fade. So that's why it's called double top, because you have the 1 and the second try and it didn't work, and then it fades down. And this was a filled candle, which means it didn't hold. Good buying here, and that was that on that chart. VXRT. This came from yesterday, the 13th, 14th. And then this was a nice steady climb. Pre-market was the high right here. So, you know, the 14 and above. This is a little bit tougher, though, because when the 5 minutes put in a massive candle, you might have to get a 3. And then it was a really quick move, then bounce down. I don't want moves that fast, and this is a higher price stop, so a little bit tough. CLBS. This is over 250 to 310. And it's at 6.5 million in volume. But you notice over and over the same patterns here. So BVUS, it's 9 million. This is a really crazy, this had a move back in April, really gapped. And now today, 50 cents stop. So ICLD, too light a volume. Voxel, this usually fades, so it's pretty impressive. Voxel put in, held this 20 EMA, 1, 2, 3, 4 days it's been, and look at the volume, 113 million. So usually this is a gap or gap to crack, they call it, and it really held up well. From yesterday here, came back, found support at 166, and then we bounced up to 250. So these are faster moves, these are faster trades. It's only going to be maybe like an hour, and these candles are really big. You have the 3 minute here. Excuse me, it wasn't that big. It was at 10 minutes. Sorry about that. So just draw your line here. Look at it. This is a classic getting over the trend line, and there it is. And your 13 is way over 20. Don't worry about these candles. When you have this happen and like, oh, it's going to go, the 13's over to 20. It can't be a sell. It can't just go through. It won't happen. Not when it's on a breakout like this. See on this and a curve, that's when it'll happen. VCNX 5 on the 650, quick move there. T2. These stocks, also a pretty good stock. Alt was a break of 10, and look at this. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Look at the volume there. And pre-market, there's your high pre-market. So you had over 27.73, 26. You're bouncing around at 28. And then once you see this here and it starts to go up again, and you're testing that, the next high, that was a nice long here, 233. So once this broke this pre-market high, then you had intraday high. It's looking good here on that break. FNKO, Funko. This has been in a long downtrend. Came all the way on to 5. And today broke up, we're buying 4 million. So this was a really strong long. Over 525, 635, and it's pretty clear cut here. The 13 May is very strong. ALDX, not much pre-market. Had your first high here. It came back close to 5. And you see this, when these candles, green candle starts to ride up here, 525, all the way near 6. This was a good long again. This is like a 75 cent, almost $1 move. That's what you're looking for. You can make anything from 50 cents to $1. That's a great day. So let's take a look at the SPY. SPY was up 556, S&P 42, NASDAQ 97, small caps 12, VIX down 29.46, 8% plus. Commodities, gold 1812, still silver 1964, oil 40.30. So the market again, this is what we're in this chop. Since that gap down, tried to fill it, nope, came back down the trend line, it would bounce hard, what's it, 3 to 5 days. Then look at this, red, green, red, green, red, green, and the candles are getting bigger, so that means there's even more volatility happening here, bigger moves. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna break out. We filled the gap. We're above the 1320 EMA. We're riding high in stochastics. Let me go to my main chart here. You have a 50-day across the 200-day. It's a golden cross. 150 days down here. There's the 100-day. So we have support. If even if this drops, I'd say 305 with a pull pretty good. Are we going to break out here? RSI is looking pretty good, elevated. It's looking like a breakout on the weekly. Look at all these support down here. So you have great support. You have the 5 above now, the 9, 13, 20. The 20's crossing over to 50, and then 100, 150. They're all in line on the weekly. And look at this. We're extremely bullish here. Elliott waves looking strong. shows MACD histogram. So the weekly's looking really good. Monthly, you're having a crossover soon. People like we're having this massive drop. I don't see it here. It doesn't look like it right now. So NASDAQ daily. You had the one candle. This is putting in maybe like one candle. I don't see a drop now. We have the hammer candle. I say this goes back up at this point. So that's looking even better. Dow Jones is filling the gap. 100, there's your 50-day. The 100-day, 200 days going across. We got above. It's trying to fill here. 27,000. It's looking bullish. You just had to cross over MACD. Weekly, everything's looking pretty bullish here. So everything's looking pretty bullish. Even though you're getting crazy day after days back and forth. But so that's that. Let's look at UDOW. UDOW's at the 38.2 fibs, which is near 68. Very bullish long here. 74.08 would fill that gap. I say we're going to fill the gap at this point, even if it comes back again, another red candle. But what do you see here? All these lows are getting higher, higher, higher. You're going to pull back here pretty close. What's the low here? Low 56.52, 56. So this is slightly higher, and then again higher. So I mean, it's looking, the whole trend is still up, so it's very strong on UDOW. And again, you can play these intraday. UDOW, when the market's strong, that is the Dow Jones. You can see here, just all your lines here. Over 65.50 was good. And this took off, man. SPXL. Here's another one that's trying to test this 50% retracement. Little gap here. Holding up well against the 1320 EMA. And this is very overbought here on stochastics, which this happened back in May, June, and it went for about, it was like 16 days, so that's looking really good. And you can see, however, once it's found support, 43.25. And another thing in ETFs, probably algorithms, a lot of day traders are not trading these. Day traders are trading small caps, maybe mid. Hedge funds are trading large. They might be trading ETFs though. This can be programmed in. See a lot of quarter lines. They hit these lines all the time. That's why you can get a better gauge if the market's one way or another on these. So that's looking really good. TQQQ, QQQ. Just found the bottom at 104-ish, 103.42, and took off like a $10 gain. And again, this is all long. Look at this. You have some big candles here, like 1, 2, 3 here. Look at this one here. You had, not back to back, but they had a red, green. And then this one looked like maybe we're going down now. Again, it's resilient. And it found support at 1320 EMA. And are we going to put in a red candle here? We could do that still. You still have for this trend line, you might have to 100. I would look at 100 at this point, but that was looking really good. TNA, this is like sideways. This is very hard. This is very choppy too. This is even tougher, but it still looks like it's hanging on that trend line. FAS, the financials, not as good. Still holding about 30. Give it 23.6 fibs at 36.42. The trend is up here on stochastics, which is bullish. So this is like sliding here, and we might just go up here. If we can fill this gap around 38, that'd be a really good long. Saxel, this is semis. See the lows each time. Low is getting higher. Big candle here, 208 after this. We can get above here. This will be a 61.8 fibs, which would be 223. So I'll look for LABU, this is Biotech Bulls. And this has been on the tear ever since. This went from 15 to near 63. And let's put in a nice comeback today at 55.47. Another great long today. You can see this was in a massive, like, descending triangle, and it's breaking out of it now. Nougat, intraday just came back. And where did you find support again? Your 13 EMA, if not the next one. So this was good support here. And JNUG, same thing. Look at that, touched that 13 and then bounced. So they were looking good. UCO, this is a crude long. This was over about 29. This wasn't a bad long. You had over a $1 gain on that. ERX is energy, long energy. A lot of these I don't really play, but if you, this is a falling wedge. If you play these, you can get great gains on them. This is very oversold for a long time. 5 minute. Pretty easy chart to read. Down right here. Got over about 13, and it's a nice $1 gain on that. So that was a really solid long. Got our defend. Again, I'm looking for this to break out, but you had a double bottom here, here, touched, came back, touched, didn't go lower, so that's a good sign, but it has to start breaking out this triangle. So it's still not even close to 23.6 fibs, near 20. But you can see they're low, it's still getting higher, but it's slightly, it's a very slow process. DIN, this is still over sold. Been crushed for like a month. It's not really doing nothing. We'll see if that comes out or just slides down more. Nail is impressive, but this is another one. Very choppy here. Then yeah, green, red, green, red, green. But if this breaks out to the high side, look for 30, and then look for this to challenge this 33 level. It's looking very bullish on stochastics at this point. So the VIX and UVXY, this has been in a range about 30 to, you know, as high as 45, but recently about 30 to 38. It's trying to come up here, so we're getting back and forth actually. Look at the volume here, 60 million. On the VIX, we're in this tight triangle now. Highs are getting lower and lower. This is at 29.94. Tried to bounce through it, and yet coming up too. You have a divergence here, which is coming up. This has been in a range 35 to maybe like 25. We're staying elevated. Anything below 20, then you'll start getting less volatility. So that is that on that. So let's take a look at cyclicals. Norwegian, again, we're stuck between 17 and 15, no movement right now. You want this 15 to hold. You do have divergence here, see it coming up very slightly, but nothing happening today on this. This didn't even rally with the market. This is the good divergence, but this is not rallying either. RCL. They all had that little like gap down, doing nothing. They all didn't flow with the market today. They all came back. So they're where they're at right now. So nothing happened. Airlines, ALK, still stuck in this pattern, 33-ish to 37. You do have a nice crossover. We'll see if this can try to break up to that 38.2 fibs level. HA. There's a trend line. Will this hold? It's very oversold here. This could break up at any time. Because the longer it stays oversold, the chance it's going to be a breakout eventually. So we'll see on that. Hawaiian Holdings. What else do we have here? Love. Southwest. Just trying to slide out and break out. Nice divergence showing there. What's Delta? Delta. There's Delta Airlines. This is not as good there. It's good. JetBlue. This is sliding right along that 23.6 fibs. We'll see if we come up. Another divergence showing there. Yeah, what are the other airlines? Let me see here. There's AAL. I don't like this as much, but it's very oversold. UAL, Dal, JetBlue, Love, Save. Save is looking even better because you have the 23.6 fibs at 16. And see, this is getting lower. This is a descending triangle. You're good at geometry and stuff. Eventually, if this holds, it's going to break up because it keeps holding at that level. And then we're showing a double bottom divergence. Looks like it wants to break out here. So Save is looking even better than most of them. Easel, very tight here. This could break up. Gold, another one. It's showing positive long. Mesa, nothing else here. All right, some casinos win. You had the double bottom here. To go reverse head and shoulders, shoulder, and that broke up. And today was less volume. It didn't continue, so we'll see what happens with this. So we go back and test this or continue higher. What are some other casinos? Caesars, nothing with that. MGM, trying to hold that 16. LVS has been the same thing. That took patterns win right here to here. Then inside a hammer. Try to hold that 13 there. We'll see if this goes up. 10. You know, back and forth here. Sloppy action. MLC, I just had a really big candle yesterday. The inside day. We'll see if this rockets up this way. Void. This is really oversold. We go up to near 20 on that. Some restaurants, then. And this is a super tight wedge. That means the range is not like wide at all. It's getting tighter and tighter. It's at a 5. This gets any news. I don't know what could happen with this news, but this could rocket to like 9 easily, 9 plus. Ruth, Chris, hospitality. This is another one. Look how tight this is. This is extremely tight. So eventually there's going to be news. I'm telling you, it's going to break up. They always do. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be another stimulus package. We'll see on that. Women brands. And we're going sideways here. Not much there with them. Play. Donald's is going up. Now, see, I called that. I said that falling triangle. I'm getting tired here, sorry. Falling wedge. And this was a classic. McDonald's is a higher price stock, so this fit in it very well. And look at this right here. Came up. This didn't do the reverse, like U shape. This came up and went even higher. So that's very strong on that move. MIT, eat, nothing here. Kate, nah. Aramark, ARMK, held at 2068, pretty good. It's trying to come up. We'll see with that. Jordan Brand, restaurants, this is sideways at 70. When this is Red Robin, they really get crushed, man. This was up as high as 19. This triangle's not really working anymore either. Although it's really tight here now. Yeah, put it together. This is another one. This has been oversold for like over a month now. So restaurants need some news to move some of these, definitely, for sure. All right, some REITs here. MFA, financial. 225 has been holding. It's been chopping though from that to 250. Hull. It's another one. Nothing going on with these. RDR. You're not getting a break. Like we had to break most of the cyclicals. They moved on that day, the 8th, and them 3 days really went on fire. We'll see on this if this holds this trend line. Very oversold, and we might break up here. We'll see on that. So that is a little. That is it on that. So today again, I had some COVID news, some bios with Alzheimer's news, biotech, pharma news. They've been leading the way. The top gainers, I'm looking at my list. I have a color coded. I have a lot of things between penny stocks to about $10 today. A lot in between that zone. So they were the winners today. Airlines didn't do that much. Cruise liners were terrible. The REITs not doing nothing. The casinos pulled back today. So you get a lot of chopping there. You could get one day tomorrow, they're up. Next day, they're down. It's tough to swing. I mean, unless you're swinging, for months and months. So that's where we stand right now. So there's good market action now. You're getting all kinds of pre-market, intraday. There's plenty of things to trade between ETFs and the small caps and everything else. So expect volatility to stay up. And that's where we are for now. And that's it. Peace. And have a good day. Please subscribe and like the channel.